Please welcome your hosts for this evening. Lights, camera, what's the action?
Welcome back to Season 7 of Lights, Camera, What's the Action? The podcast about betting on film and television awards. I'm Tony Coca-Cola over there. Oh, he's hitting us with the hard truths. Bang, bang, bang. It's the Professor. Hello, Professor.
Tony, it's great to see you. You're looking really well, and you must have been doing some extra miles on the legs in the off season.
Absolutely not. And over there, over there, he's listening to the music of his heart. It's Max Wren. Hello, Max.
Hey, Tony. Season 7. Season 7 is normally one of my favourite seasons on television, but it's also one of the, for many series, it's the last as well. Is that an omen?
Ooh,
Is that an omen for us? Anyway, that's down the track. But yeah, great to see you guys. And this is probably the most promising time of the year where anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything can win.
Yep, anything can win.
And it will probably lose. But
yeah. Yes, well, I hope you all had a great break. Let's get back into it. Odds and ends. Well, let's go all the way back. We had the Cannes Film Festival back in May. The Palme d'Or winner was Fjord, written and directed by Christian Mungiu. 2 of the last 3 Palme d'Or winners have gone on to Best Picture nominations at the Oscars. Will Fjord continue the trend? I think every major Oscar pundit seems to think so. But Cannes was relatively quiet in terms of films or performances that really broke out, that were sort of absolutely undeniable. Probably the biggest noise came from La Bola Negra, the Black Ball. The people lost their minds over that one. It immediately jumped into like the top 2 of everyone's Oscar predictions. It shared Best Director at Cannes. It feels a bit like a bit of a sugar rush after Cannes to me, but I'll be seeing it in a few weeks, so I can give you some intel then. Max, Professor, did either of you have any bets on the Palme d'Or this year?
I did, Tony. Yeah, so I had a Coward, Fatherland, and the winner in the mix. So started the season in the green.
Very nice. Max, did you have any Palme d'Or?
no, nothing at Cannes this year.
Right. Yes. Well, I had Fjord, I had Paper Tiger and Fatherland, and Fjord it covered my bets. So I'm starting off award season 2026-27 with a POT of precisely 0%.
Yay!
So here we go.
0 is a win. 0.
All right, let's dive in. Let's dive in with this season's calling of the card. Okay, the autumn film festivals have mostly announced their lineups, directly or indirectly. Will we find our Best Picture winner in here somewhere, or is the Odyssey just going to sweep everything? I tell you what, we will find. We're going to find quite a strong Australian flavour this year throughout the festivals, which is nice. So let's start with Venice, September 2nd to 12. Ink. We all thought this was being pushed to 2027, but now it's the opening night film of Venice instead. That seems like a fair compromise. Directed by Danny Boyle, based on a play about Rupert Murdoch buying and then transforming the UK tabloid newspaper The Sun back in the late 60s. Could bring some acting nominations. Got Jack O'Connell, Guy Pearce as Murdoch, Claire Foy. I like the look of Ink. It's based on a successful play. I'm looking forward to that. We've got Bunker from Florian Zeller, who was writer-director of The Father, which the Academy loved, and writer-director of The Sun, which the Academy did not love. This is about an architect who designs a survival bunker for like a billionaire, and all sorts of mind games ensue. We've got Penelope Cruz, Javier Bardem, Stephen Graham, Paul Dano. We've got, I'm looking forward to this, Bucking Fasted from Werner Herzog, with Rooney and Kate Mara as twin sisters. This is the official synopsis, who start digging a tunnel through a mountain range in search of an imaginary land where true love is possible. Wouldn't it be great to see Werner at the Oscar? Wouldn't it be great to see Werner win an Oscar?
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be the ultimate.
Wild Horse 9, from Martin McDonough. John Malkovich, Sam Rockwell, Steve Buscemi. Lots of pundits are big on this. And the bookies, they had it as second fave for Best Picture for a long while. Not so much anymore. Prime Time, starring Robert Pattinson. This is about the reality TV series How to Catch a Predator. I'm looking forward to that one too. We've got Possible Love from Lee Chang-dong, who hasn't directed anything since Burning back in 2018. That's a big chance for an international film nomination.
Everyone's waiting for that one, aren't they? Champing at the bit.
Also, a chance for international film nomination is Look Back. This is from Correator. Correator, he's got 2 films out this year. We already had Sheep in a Box. That busted out at Cannes. Hopefully this one gets some more love. The trailer looks nice. We've got The Basics of Philosophy from Paul Schrader. This is another one of his Man in a Room films about a philosophy professor who's haunted by his past. It could be quite literally. It could be a ghost or not. We've got some very interesting docos too at Venice. We've got Everest, The Other Side. This is from the directors of Free Solo. This is a film a professor loves, about the first ski descent of Mount Everest. That could be a contender. Another contender is Musk. This is Alex Gibney's doco on Elon Musk. It's almost 4 hours long. And the banter has already started on Twitter between Musk and Gibney.
This isn't authorized?
This is not authorized. I think Musk is going to produce, his own AI alternative documentary on Gibney, surely, as soon as this gets released. That'll be a cracker.
It'll be a double bill with The Odyssey,
He must have some great lawyers behind him, Alex Gibney.
No, you'd want to hope so. He's about to get sued for a few billion, I think. Uniontown from 2-time Oscar winner Barbara Koppel, who did Harlan County, USA, and American Dream. This is about modern-day union workers in New York City. I think you can lock that in for a doco feature nomination already. And, here's your Golden Lion winner right here. Documentary called What Love Builds, directed by Russell Crowe.
Oh, yes.
Which follows a rock band called Indoor Garden Party, which is also Rusty's own band. It's apparently taken him 15 years to complete this doco, with footage collected across 45 years. What could go wrong?
The inside story at last. I've been waiting for this.
Then we've got Toronto. September 10 to 20. The full lineup is being released on August 11. Being Human from Sian Heder, writer-director of Coda. This is about a disability rights activist, Judith Human. Ruth Madley, who's a real spina bifida sufferer. She plays Judith. She's already my Tony special of the year. I'm going to have a little bit something to say about her later.
You're chomping and frothing for this one, are you, Tony?
I certainly am. Keep a look out.
Are you going to buy a ticket to go over to Toronto to see it, to support it?
I think I might. I might have to.
Yeah.
I want to be first in line.
Yeah.
Prima Facie with Cynthia Erivo. This is based on a successful Australian stage play, a one-person stage play about a defense lawyer who specializes in defending like rapists, and then she gets attacked herself. Oh, twist.
I read the book, Tony, in the off-season.
Yeah.
It's Cynthia could bring it. It could be a bit trashy, but it's definitely topical. It's very, very, very relevant.
Going to be interesting to see how they translate it to film when it's a one-woman stage show. But Erivo, I think she looks strong for an actress nomination.
Indeed.
I Play Rocky, about the making of the film Rocky, directed by the ever subtle and sensitive Peter Farrelly. I think get your bread and butter ready. There will be an abundance of ham and cheese on display here.
What a beautiful trailer that was. I wept several times throughout.
I tell you what, you're also going to weep at, Max. Something extra special just for you at Toronto. Girl Group, written and directed by the defendant, Rebel Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Razzie winning Rebel.
That will be last on my list.
And in the middle of Venice and Toronto, we've got Telluride. That's September 4th to 7th. So all 3 major autumn film festivals are within a 3-week period. So that's going to be just a mad, mad rush with reviews coming out. Keep your betting fingers warm.
Hunting season, Tony.
We've got The Debut. This is Jesse Eisenberg's new film. Julianne Moore plays a wannabe amateur actress in a community theatre production. Paul Giamatti is the theatre director. This is looking good already for nominations in actress, supporting actor, original screenplay, probably picture. Moore's currently second fave for actress at Tab, behind Inde Navarrette for Obsession. We'll be talking about that a bit later. Elsinore. This is about a gay actor, Ian Charleson, who died of AIDS in 1990. He was probably best known for playing the lead in Chariots of Fire back in the day. Andrew Scott plays Charleson. Lots of early buzz for Scott and the film. And this is directed by an Australian actor, Simon Stone. So good on you there, Simon.
Yes.
Tender Loving Care. This is another Mike Leigh joint. So we can expect some kitchen sink English working class drama there. Possibly his last ever film, according to him.
Yeah.
A Long Winter from Andrew Hay. He was writer-director of All of Us Strangers from a few years back. Eben Moss Backrack and Katrina Balfe as a family preparing for, funnily enough, a long winter. We've got Tenzing. This is directed by Australian Jennifer Peedham, about the first climbing of Mount Everest, with Tom Hiddleston as Sir Edmund Hillary.
Wow.
And there's still quite a few films that are like MIA or just not going to festivals at all. Telluride's probably going to spring some surprises like it always does. But there's a bunch here. There's Saturn Return from Greg Quidar, who can just do no wrong in the eyes of the Academy, with Sing Sing and Train Dreams. It's Charles Melton and Rachel Brosnahan as former college sweethearts who reunite 10 years later. Netflix is still saying it's 2026 release, but just haven't heard a peep on that. Cry to Heaven from former fashion designer Tom Ford, based on an Anne Rice novel set in 18th century Italy around the world of opera. This has got a bonkers cast. Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Adele, the singer, George McKay, Colin Firth, Paul Bettany. That seems like a 2027 release now. Sense and Sensibility, Daisy Edgar-Jones and George McKay, Jane Austen costume drama. Pundits are expecting this to make some noise. It's got a September 25th release. Maybe it'll sneak into Telluride first. Don't know. We've got The Statement. This is a comedy directed by Tom McCarthy. This is set in 1980, and it's about scientists, politicians, and environmental activists sort of coming together to try and write a statement about the dangers of carbon emissions on the climate. This is another awesome cast. We've got Paul Rudd, Paul Giamatti, Tatiana Maslany, John Turturro, Amy Ryan, Dylan Baker. I love Tom McCarthy. I think he's good value. I'm looking forward to that. We've got there's still more to go. The as yet officially untitled Cliff Booth film, written by Quentin Tarantino, directed by David Fincher. That's got a November 25 release. Fincher couldn't finish it in time for Venice, apparently, so maybe it's going to skip all the festivals. Tony Gilroy's Behemoth, with an exclamation mark. It's a movie about movie music with Pedro Pascal as a Hollywood composer. It has 9 different real-life composers contributing music to it. That's going to be a New York Film Festival premiere. That's in early October.
The trailer for that is not very impressive at all, I didn't think.
The Social Reckoning. This is the follow-up to The Social Network, with Aaron Sorkin writing and directing this time. It's got an October 9 release, only a couple of months away. Reshoots were apparently happening a few weeks ago. Maybe it'll sneak into New York. Don't know. And of course, we have Digger, Tom Cruise, going nuts in an Iñárritu film, October 2nd release. What the hell is this thing going to be?
It's a wild swing, whatever it is, and it's the trailer has absolutely polarized punters at this stage.
Right, so that's the lay of the land at the moment. Have you two had any other early bets this season, Max?
No, nothing at this point. It's just too early for me, and there's just not enough markets out there. There's just too many questions, and nothing has jumped out at me to the point where I've said, okay, yep, it's worth a long shot. And some of the categories that are already available, the favourites are just ridiculously short. So it's just there's just no there's no reason for me to lay at this point, but I'm sure the professor can make up for both of us.
Yeah, so I've I got involved with the social reckoning at $26 there, Tony. Fjord at a price of 13 to 1. It's now as high as 21. May revisit that.
I think Social Reckoning's going to be a bit of a bust, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm leaning more no than yes. I think you're right,
Yeah.
Jerry. La Bola Negra. I've had 3 bites of the cherry on that one.
Oh,
I've bet a fair amount on Ryan Gosling to miss a Best Actor nomination. I've also bet on Project Hail Mary to miss a Best Picture nomination. That one's looking a little bit shaky.
That money is gone. That money is gone.
I've got betting on The Hall of the Odyssey. So a nomination range of 12 to 14. I've got money on Christopher Nolan's adaptation to also win Best Screenplay. And then I've got a lot of chips on Mr. Cruz. I have lost a little bit of heat and temperature since I saw the trailer, but I think there's mostly upside there for a film that we'll see in about 2 months.
What kind of price did you get Cruz for Digger?
So for a nomination, he's at $1.57. That price still remains. And then to win Best Actor, I think it's a decent price, $4.33.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. Right.
What about you, Tony?
yeah. Well, I've been very busy also so far this year, Professor. I need the juice. I need the action is the juice.
Yeah.
I have 3 Oscar win bets placed already. Yes, one laid back in like late March, 2 weeks after this year's ceremony was The Social Reckoning for Best Picture at 26. I still like that bet. I'm not as down on it as you two. I think it's very topical, very anti-big tech, and I think that sentiment should stay strong.
You're happy with that price at 26?
Absolutely. Sorkin's doing a courtroom drama. That's his one wood. Could be at least 2 acting nominations from it. Yeah, at this early stage, I think it's still good. I'm also on Cruz for lead actor for the win at 433. And I'm on Sandra Huller for lead actress at 6. Could be Rose, could be Fatherland. She won Best Actress at Berlin for Rose back in February.
Take your pick, so it doesn't matter. You can
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's a good double strike.
Yeah.
And I've got quite a few Oscar nomination bets. These are a lot of fun. Perhaps they're a bit too much fun. I've gotten a bit excited. So, yes, I've also got Gosling to miss actor for Project Hail Mary at 210. I've got Project Hail Mary to get under 7.5 nominations at 2. Odyssey to be the film with the most Oscar nominations at next year's ceremony at 2. Odyssey to get nominated for picture and director at 153.
Oh, good price, Tony.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Odyssey to get more nominations than Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer had 13. That's at 3. Odyssey to get more than 2 acting nominations at 237. That's not bad. Huller to get nominated for actress at 170. That was good. Mikey Madison nominated for actress 250. Erivo nominated for actress at 280. And my girl Ruth Madeley nominated for actress at 350. Andrew Scott for actor at 240. John Turturro for actor at 7. And Inc. to get a picture nomination at 15.
A nomination for 15?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Can I buy that one off you, Tony?
You may not. I think it reduced by about 2/3 that price after that.
Well played.
I also had some box office bets over the break that have already settled. I was on Odyssey to beat Moana for the opening weekend box office at 180. You were on that too, Professor?
Yeah. That was an easy slam dunk, Tony.
Just made that.
Just snuck in. I was on Odyssey's opening weekend at 101 million plus. That was at 190. So I got that. That was nice. And I was also on Michael.
Yes.
To reach $1 billion at the box office at 250. That was very nice. So all that box office goodness actually has pushed my current season POT up from 0% after Cannes to positive 117%. So that's a better start.
Nice bit of gravy there, Tony. Yeah, I had 3 box office plays as well. Had Odyssey to beat Moana, Mandalorian and Grogu. That one to hit the over 77.5 million, and then also participated and hat tip to you guys for your enthusiasm for Michael Jackson to exceed or to hit 1 billion at the box office.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
Japan brought us home. That was nice work. Right. So after all that, we've had some time away. So what have we been watching, Professor? What have you been watching?
Well, Tony, why don't we start with Project Hail Mary? This is a film that has burst out of the blocks with a box office haul so far of 684 million. This is from filmmakers Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Is that it?
Yeah, according to the Googles. I thought it made more.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
I would have said 800 plus.
Yeah. So these Lord and Miller, who brought us 2 of my favorite films of the last decade in the Spider-Verse franchise. And I think they've created a mostly dazzling and entertaining package. It shouldn't work, especially with Rocky, but mostly it's a feast for the senses. It's Ryan Gosling playing Ryan Gosling. Loved his Cardigans and have bet on him to a Missa nomination. I think that'll particularly be the case when we start to see some of the festivals that you've highlighted there, Tony. Unfortunately, Project Hail Mary looks like it's destined for a Best Picture nomination. We should see a stack of below-the-line nominations as well, but not very win competitive in anything. But I enjoyed it. A B for me.
Oh, that's they're beautiful sentiments there, Professor. Well, this film didn't work for me at all. I was equal parts bored and disengaged for most of its 732-minute runtime. At no point did I buy what this film was selling, and it was selling some pretty high-grade ham and cheese. The ending was a cherry on top, and that's how I describe Project Hail Mary: a ham and cheese sandwich with a cherry on top. Just far too sweet for my taste. In fact, I felt that the cheesiness was so pungent that I took a little 15-minute break at the 100-minute mark. Felt like the 400-minute mark, and I considered, should I return? I did, but I also missed the, in inverted commas, pivotal karaoke scene that everyone's going crazy about. I have watched it subsequent to that. So awards chances, I think it'll do pretty well during awards season. I think the punters will lap it up just as the Professor did. I think it's probably a top 3 option for Best Picture. So that idea of it missing Best Picture, no, I think that's dead in the water. I've actually got Lord and Miller at 5th position for Best Director as well. It's, I don't know, that's all these can obviously change within the next couple of weeks. I've got Gosling at 3rd for actor, and I've got Hula at 5th for supporting actress as well. So I'm pretty bullish on this one. I think it'll snag a number of the other nominations, the Craft Awards, but sorry, Rocky, no nom for you, my friend. No, I did not recommend this film for anybody.
For anybody
over 5 years of age. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Yeah.
Far out. I thought this was a good enough watch, though I found it very needlessly derivative of The Martian. Even the very final shot in the film. I didn't like this as much as The Martian. I like The Martian a lot because you see Matt Damon, he explains how he's going to do everything, and it's hard, and he struggles. So sort of the drama is earned. Project Hail Mary, it just barrels through. It's far more concerned with, entertainment than grounding or logic, which is a fine enough goal to have, but it took me out of the film completely. I think Gosling is miscast. I don't buy him as a high school science teacher.
I agree.
Single.
He's essentially playing a coward who doesn't want to go to space. And it's like, that seems completely unjustified, judging from
the hero's journey, Tony.
What little we know of him. He's got no immediate family. He's got no partner. He's got a dedication to science, but he doesn't want to go to space. No, the logic doesn't fit for me there. But, as something you'd watch on an airplane to pass 2 hours, I think it's fine enough. Oscar chances, yeah, yes to some craft, yes to a visual effects nomination, probably a sound, maybe one or two others. I don't think Gosling gets in for actor. Yeah, does it get a picture nomination? Can it come back into the fold after we get all these prestige festival releases over the next, 6 months? Possibly. I'd place it 50-50 at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm leaning towards no nomination.
I'll take that
And,
bet. I'll take that bet.
and likely no wins overall. What else have we been watching, Professor?
Well, Tony, wanted to revisit The Hearts of Darkness, actually. This is one of the greatest documentaries about filmmaking we've ever seen. And there's a really great quote in it from Francis Ford Coppola, who says, some people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them. And, suddenly one day, some little fat girl in Ohio is going to be the new Mozart. And for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever. And I think this quote is very apt for Obsession, a film that was made for $750,000. And as we count, it is delivered a box office haul of $461 million at the box office. Backrooms, I think, also aptly apply to this quote, which has made almost $389 million. So Obsession, it's not Mozart, but it's pretty simple. It's fairly predictable, but I think it is mostly effective. It's a sort of movie that I would have had more enthusiasm for when I was 15 or attending a movie marathon, seeing it at 2 a.m. in my pajamas. It is, I think, mostly a Gen Z phenomenon, and I'm quite bewildered about the particularly reliable pundits who are picking that this will even slide in for a Best Picture nomination. So let's have a quick conversation about Inde Navarrette, who's strongly in the conversation for Oscar contention. I think this is really, really misguided. I had a look back in the last 10 years of Best Actress nominees, and there were only 7 who actually broke through, who mostly were actresses that no one had ever heard of, mostly actresses with no profile. I think Inde really belongs in that category. Are we really saying that this performance was so astonishing, such a breakthrough, that from an actress we never heard from, she's going to get into the final 5? I don't think so. This was a C+ for me.
Yeah, I think this is a really strong piece of work. And what most impressed me was the way that the kind of moments of menace were created, and it really had a sense of terror for me as well. I think the narrative is generally pretty cohesive, and you can't say that for a lot of horror films, so that's a plus there. And it's very clear, I mean, the way that it's set up from the beginning of the picture, that the kind of drama flows from the main character's kind of initial decision to control his object of affection, Nikki. And Nikki is, for me, legitimately frightening. And at the same time, I have to say, kind of deeply moving as well. There's this kind of sense of deep sadness that exists due to what the main character, the male main character, has done to her. He's really the villain of the piece, which I thought was really interesting. And that kind of her responses to the main male character Bear's decisions ramp up pretty well over the course of the film, all the way to what I feel is a satisfying conclusion. So it's done very well. One point I'd make would be the way that the director Curry Barker creates the suspense in scenes where Nikki is not on screen or she's absent for a scene. I think they were really well executed, because you're always thinking, where is she? What's she going to do? The difference. This is a film where when she's on screen, obviously we see that performance, which is a very, very fine performance. I think it's a very big, this actor is acting performance, but I think it's a fine performance nonetheless. But she's on screen, and in some ways there's this sense, if she's with Bear, she's controlled. But if she's not on screen, that's when the shit hits the fan. When she ultimately appears, and you're always thinking, where is Nikki and what is she doing? So Curry Barker shows that he understands the mechanics of the horror genre, particularly some of the more disturbing aspects of the gothic romance / possession genre. This is a possession film. And I did think of the classic 70s or early 80s horror
Come
film
on, Max.
Possession.
Come
No,
on.
I did absolutely. Sure, it's Isabella Gianni's performance is one of the greatest performances, not only in horror but in all of cinema. But there's no way that I don't think you can't relate it to something like that. Even though it's obviously not as great as that, but at least it recalls that in some way. So shout out to the director's work as the editor of this film as well. So I didn't get to see it in a cinema, and I'd imagine it would work kind of incredibly well with a theatre packed full of punters. I wish I'd seen it in the cinema, but I didn't. So this film leaves an impression, and it was great to see that it's got this box office success that Professor just mentioned. So Oscar nomination potential, yes. Inde Navarrette for Best Actress, I think is the best bet there. I think she will get a nomination. A win is pretty unlikely, but yeah, I think she's got some momentum there. And perhaps controversially, I've got it sneaking into Best Picture at number 10. Yeah, so don't count it out just yet. But of course, that's a product of it being early, and we haven't seen many of the award season potentials. And I also wouldn't count out an editing nomination for this film as well. It is a possibility if the price is right, then go for it.
So I watched this with Mrs. Coca-Cola, and and it finished, and then I explained to her how the film's just blowing up. Like you said, Professor, made for what, 750 grand and 460 odd million box office. Pundits are saying, Max is saying that the lead girl is on track for a Best Actress nomination. Some even have her down for the win. She's currently outright favorite at Tab for the win, and Mrs. Coca-Cola, it was as if God spoke through her when she replied, "I don't get anything anymore." This was just bafflingly unremarkable. It's like any gimmicky, high-concept horror film from the 1980s, but just with less killing. It's barely a horror movie. Less entertainment, less color. Why are modern filmmakers so afraid of color? It's far too long. It labors its points so much. You need to lose at least 20 minutes. There's nothing interesting or new about it. I don't think Indy's getting a nomination. I think she's going to be blown out of the water by the end of Venice, let alone the end of Toronto or Telluride. But a question for the group, why has this hit so hard? It doesn't have gore going for it. It's like, and for me, it's like an AI written episode of The Twilight Zone. It's nothing we haven't seen before. I found it really oddly sexless as well. Perhaps that's one of the appeals to this generation, to Gen Z, that, if you've got the girl of your dreams, there's a montage, of them lovey-dovey while they're cooking and chatting and stuff. I'm sorry, there needed to be some real sex slave sort of stuff going on. That's an absolute gimme for a guy in that circumstance. Maybe the deliberate sexless approach to it was really interesting, I thought. But why is this blown up? Is it purely because he's from the YouTube generation and young people are getting around a YouTuber?
Tony, I reckon if you're 14, 15 or 16, you actually haven't seen anything like this before, and that's why it's blowing up.
I honestly found it terrifying. No, I'm really surprised that you can't see the strong filmmaking involved, Tony, and frankly disappointed.
No. Thank you, Max. Okay, Professor, we're first episode back. It's time for question time. Do we have any audience questions?
We do have two of our favourite listeners. We've got Jackie Dynamite, who asks, most likely acting category for Long Shot to emerge.
It's always the supporting categories, isn't it? really.
Well, it's supporting. Yeah, you never know. It could come from anywhere. That's right. Yeah. I'll say supporting actress.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the supporting categories, and yeah, it might be like well, as we've seen, we haven't talked about it yet, but people are talking about the Odyssey, and there's a whole bunch of sort of smaller performances in the Odyssey
Mm.
that could jag something like a Samantha Morton, John Leguizamo. I'm hearing a bit too, so something could jag from there. But yeah, certainly
Yeah.
one of the supporting categories.
Yeah, I think I'm going to answer this question in two ways. So, one is I think it's all up for grabs. And as you have expertly provided us a comprehensive list earlier, Tony, there's so much to come. We don't know what the Andrew Scott performance could look like. He is a third favorite at the moment to win Best Actor at 550. We don't know what Wild Horse 9 is. We don't know what Ink is. If the debut misfires, and I hope it does, that really shoots down the chances of Julianne Moore and Paul Giamatti. We don't know what is one of your most anticipated titles of the year, Tony, Being Human. But I think if there is one category there's the most loose and there's no real consensus, that is Best Supporting Actress. So then we have our favourite listener, Stephen Holland, and he's got three fantastic questions. So beginning with question number one from Stephen, which is, how many acting nominations are realistic for the Odyssey? What do you think, Max?
Oh, well, I haven't seen the Odyssey yet, and I'll talk about why a little later on. But I think there's potentially three that I could consider off the top of my head, and I think I've got three in my list so far, with Damon, and I've got Morton as well in that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure about Hathaway. Maybe I've got Hathaway there. So yeah, I'd say three.
Yeah, like Max was saying, we've our August Oscar predictions. We've just released those on the socials, and yeah, they're all pretty wild. Anyway, just because we're shooting very blind, I have Odyssey down for 4 acting
Wow.
nominations. Yeah, Max and Professor, you both have 3. I think 4 is ambitious. It's more that they're in there until something better comes along. I think Damon and Hathaway, they seem to be the 2 biggest chances at the moment. Then maybe Pattinson, then maybe Morton, and then maybe Holland and Leguizamo. I don't know. I think 3 is probably the limit. It's really hard to get 4 acting nominations.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be Tom Holland. I think he might find himself in the Golden Raspberry section of that performance that he delivered in the Odyssey. But I've got a lock for Hathaway and Damon.
And it's important to say that you've seen it, Professor.
Twice, yes, on a normal screen or the second time there, Max. Yeah, so Hathaway, Damon, locks, Leguizamo and Morton. Yeah, they're outside the 5, but definitely Samantha Morton. She's in contention there for a nomination.
I can't wait to see her performance in the film.
Yes. Yeah. So Stephen Holland, question number 2 is, does Tom Cruise have a serious chance of winning Best Actor?
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? He's the most famous Scientologist in the world, and I'm sure, I'm sure that the church would love to have Tom finally get that golden idol, that golden statue, to reward him for all of the great work that he's done, and he has done a lot of great work. In fact, I think prior to the trailer of Digger being released, they just showed a montage of Tom Cruise's great performances, which I thought was really funny. And look, this is one of my most anticipated films of the award season. I think it's like, I've watched this trailer with a couple of different people, and as I said earlier in the show, absolutely polarizing responses to not only the film but Cruise's performance. So yeah, I think it's he could win Best Actor, but he could also win the Razzie Award as well, which is really a kind of delicious provocation.
I agree that he's also, yes, a serious chance. A few reasons. He's playing against type. I think that will get him votes. he's giving it a massive swing. It's like it's the acting equivalent of jumping off a cliff on a motorbike. That'll get him votes. He's an icon who's never won. That gets votes. He single-handedly saved cinema a few years ago, apparently. That gets votes. Not to say he's unbeatable. If someone like Andrew Scott in Elsinore, for example, if he brings the heavy emotion, he brings the tragedy, it's based on a true story, that film, that's a genuine contrast, an attractive contrast to, what Cruise is bringing, which is, it looks to be like a cartoon character, to be honest. Even if it's a car crash, I think Cruise is still going to be really watchable, and that'll get him votes as well. So at worst, he has to be top 3, probably top 2. I think he's got a very strong chance.
Yeah, I think this is the most powerful narrative tailwind we've seen in years. And even if the film is a bit of a bust, we've seen that Oscar-winning performances can prevail and overcome pretty questionable titles. So we've seen Brendan Fraser, strong narrative for one of your favourite films, Max, The Whale.
Yeah.
Tony, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, this is one of your favourites. Jessica Chastain got over the top of that. The downside is that, yes, indeed, it is hard to win. Statistically, if it's a comedic performance, the last 30 years, there's only been 3 winners of slightly comedic performances. So this was the starring role, the lead actor, Jean Dujardin in The Artist, Robert Benigni in the late 90s, and then Jack Nicholson in 1997. So
Yeah.
it's not a certainty. It's not going to be easy, but I'd still have Mr. Cruise in front with a 35% win probability.
Professor, at this point, would you say that he's favourite to win?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. So then the final question from Stephen Holland is, what are your thoughts on Hacks versus Widow's Bay
Yeah.
for comedy series at the Emmys?
Yeah, that's the big question. I mean, I've watched more of Hacks than I have of Widow's Bay. I've probably watched about 5 episodes of Hacks. Again, it doesn't connect with me, but obviously it connects with the awards judges. Widow's Bay, I couldn't even get through 1 episode. I just didn't connect to it at all. But again, it's leading. Many of the Emmys pundits have it up there, and the actors associated with it to even win some of these categories. And that for me is the big question. Does Widow's Bay have enough support? Can it spoil Hacks? I don't see the greatness of Widow's Bay, but in the same perspective, I can't really see the greatness of Hacks as well. But Hacks has got the track record. Obviously, it's been there season after season, and Widow's Bay is the new thing. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the episodes of Widow's Bay to get its particular sense of satire or comedy. It just didn't work for me. I can't tell if it's got the support to dethrone Hacks, but I think it's worth a bit of a bet. I think if you can get it for around $3,
yeah. I think Hacks, it closed out its final season very strongly in terms of narrative. I think it stuck the landing by all reports. Bookies have Hacks the clear fave. Gold Derby combined odds has Hacks overwhelming favourite. It's like 78% to Widow's Bay 17. Polymarket has Hacks with a smaller but still solid edge. It's 60% to 37. But yeah, I still think Widow's Bay is a good chance. Maybe it's just the recency bias of it. The price is currently $2.10. I think it's worth a bet. If it was 3, then definitely.
$2.10's a bit too skinny, I think.
Yeah, $2.10. Small conviction. It's worth putting something on.
Yeah, Max. So I've seen Widow's Bay, at least episode 1. It was enough for me. I generally can't get a handle on comedies that come out of the United States. Being a member of the British Empire, that's the style of humour that I generally go for. But it's interesting looking at the outstanding comedy series statistically over the last few years. So Hacks has been nominated 5 times. It's actually only won comedy series once. And 3 of the 4 occasions that it's lost to Ted Lasso season 1, it's lost to The Bear season 1, and it's lost to The Studio season 1.
Oh, great stats, Professor. Fantastic.
So I'd be leaning Widow's Bay with a high degree of conviction. I just don't like the price of $2.10. I think The Widow's Bay is about a 60% win probability.
Ooh.
The shiny new toy will win this.
Like it, Professor, like it. Right, now let's get to the long and the short of things. Professor, what are you long and you short on?
Tony, I'm long on the production design of Backrooms. Have you seen Backrooms yet?
Oh, have not, no.
One to talk about. I am long on the performance of Robert Aramayo, the BAFTA-winning actor.
Oh, I swear.
Yes. It's a strange scenario there with the dates, the screening of I Swear. Is it going to be an Oscar contention? Probably not at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. And I'm short on the weak year of TV in 2026. If you think of some of the greatness of the last few years, Shogun, Succession, The Rehearsal, Ripley, it's just been a pretty boring year there on the television set. And I'm short. Shame on you, Emmys voters, for overlooking Kaylee Spaney in Beef. What an outstanding young talent. And she didn't even get a nomination. She was favoured to win before the nominations came out, Jerry.
Okay. All right. Sure. Okay.
What are you long and short on, Max?
I'm long on low budget American horror. So we've got the professor just mentioned Backrooms, which I liked quite a deal, and obviously I liked Obsession as well. And I'm looking forward to Sex and Death in Camp Miasma in a couple of days' time when it opens in Australia. I think next week, and that's a real. A real fun one, it looks like. A different type of horror film to both Backrooms and Obsession, but good on those films for doing well at the box office so far. And I'm short on resellers buying up IMAX Odyssey tickets. Buying my ticket. I cannot get a ticket to IMAX, particularly 1570, even though I have planned a trip to Melbourne. I'm going to just stand outside the Melbourne Museum holding a sign, that's right, and a little light to attract attention and a whistle. Please help me. No, what's going on with these resellers? It is appalling, I say.
Well, I'm long on Ruth Madeley and Being Human.
You sentimentalist.
Sian Heder she's getting a tribute award at Toronto. That's a lovely sign.
Why? What's the tribute for what? For what?
Saving humanity.
For ham and cheese.
She's a master filmmaker. That's why I think the bookies are sleeping on this. Yeah, I think this could be a solid gravy train just in the nomination markets.
What has happened to Toronto? What has happened? Why the depths that it
found their humanity, Jerry?
I'm short on Wild Horse 9.
Yes.
Are people not even looking at the trailer when they put this in their top 3 for picture? It clearly looks more like a Seven Psychopaths type film than a Banshees of Inisherin. It's a caper. It's very capery and jokey and light. There's no gravitas to it at all. I do not get the early Oscar love for it. But I mean, Venice will soon reveal all. So I guess we shall see.
It's McDonough.
Right. Let's have a look at the Emmys. September 15 Australian time. Only Sportsbet has markets at this stage, which is very disappointing. Drama series. The Pit, way out in front at $1.12. Then you got Pluribus 7, Night of Seven Kingdoms 8.50. All the rest, 17.26. The Pit in an absolute cakewalk in the Tea Park.
How many Emmys will the Pit pick up?
Yes, that's a good market. I'd like that one. Yeah. Lead actor in a drama series. Here's one they're going to get. Noah Wiley for the Pit, $1.05.
Wow.
Next price is Gary Oldman at $8. Oh, and all the rest. Yes. The Pit sweep. Yep. No problems whatsoever. Lead actress in a drama series. Here we go. Rhea Seehorn. Is she finally going to win an Emmy for Pluribus this
For a
time.
great series. Well, Jerry, there's one for you. We're talking about
True.
poor
true.
television. Pluribus has got to be up at the top on the very zenith.
I'll give you that one, Jerry.
Paying $1.15. Kerry Russell, Diplomat 7, Zendaya for the final series of Euphoria 7. Kerry Coon 15, Chase Infinity, bless her at the 19. Yes, Rhea Seahorn. That's a very, very short price, $1.15. Wow, people must really like it.
Crazy.
Supporting actor drama. There's a bit of a 3-horse race going on here. We've got Patrick Ball from The Pit at 2. Tom Pelfrey for Task. Don't even know what that is. 288. And Sean Haddasoy, perhaps, for The Pit as well at 450. Jack Loudon, Slow Horses, 13. He got up, what was it, last year? Billy Crudup, 15. And the rest, I have no thoughts on the Emmys whatsoever. Professor, have you got a little angle for this market?
I've got the Emmys thoughts in our best bets a little bit later, Tony, but this is a stay away, this particular category.
Supporting actress in a drama series, Catherine Lanassa for The Pit, $1.17. Whoa. Carolina Wydra for Pluribus, 7. All the rest, 11, 13, 18, 20s. Yep, another win-win for The Pit.
Which is a shame because Carolina Wydra is very, very good in Pluribus.
Right.
Comedy series, Hacks, $1.62, Widow's Bay, $2.10. All the rest are 15 and over. They've got no chance. If Widow's Bay was a little bit bigger, it'd be very nice. I think 210's still worth something.
If it was up to me, Margot's Got Money Trouble should take that category.
You like that show, Jerry?
I like it a lot. A lot. Yeah, it's very good.
Lead actor comedy, Matthew Rhys from Widow's Bay, $1.07. Whoa. Martin Short for Only Murders. Is it going to be a sympathy vote? Paying 7. Jason Segel, 13, and Carell, 17, 21. No, Matthew Rhys. This seems to be one of Widow's Bay's wins.
Do you understand that, Professor? Matthew Rhys in that?
I don't.
It's a kind of nothing. He does nothing. It's not kind of nothing there. He's like an invisible man underwater.
Lead actress in a comedy, Jean Smart for Hacks, $1.04. Oh my God. Elle Fanning, Margot's Money Troubles, $8.50, and all the rest. Yes, I think Jean Smart's going out on a high.
Lisa Kudrow was very good in The Comeback this season.
Right.
The Comeback. I thought that was really interesting, the way that the show dealt with AI. If anybody saw it.
Supporting actor comedy, Harrison Ford is favourite for Shrinking at 2 versus Stephen Root. Oh, I love Stephen Root at Widow's Bay, $2.70. Paul W. Downs for Hacks at 6, and the rest double figures. Oh, it'd be nice to see Harrison Ford get up there and win, although I do love Stephen Root.
Yeah.
Supporting actress in comedy, Kate O'Flynn for Widow's Bay, $1.62 versus Hannah Einbinder, second favourite for Hacks, $2.25. All the rest are double figures.
Could it be Michelle Pfeiffer for The Spoil at 19-1? It's a pretty good performance, I have to say.
Limited series, DTF St. Louis, $1.83 versus Beef at 2. All the rest aren't in it. Have you seen both of these, Professor, or just Beef?
Just Beef there, Tony. Haven't looked at DTF, but I've got some thoughts on it a little bit later.
Lead actor limited series, Oscar Isaac for Beef, $1.36 versus Riz Ahmed for Bait at 4. Matthew Rhys, again, the beast in me at 6. Yes, Oscar Isaac looks very good there. Lead actress in limited series, Hometown Girl, Sarah Snook for All Her Fault, $1.83 versus Kerry Mulligan, Beef, $2.50.
Professor, what do you think? Carrie Mulligan can take that?
Oh, I think she can, yeah. So if you like your ham and cheese, Jerry, which I know you do, just load up on all her fault. It is dialed up to 12.
Supporting actor limited series, David Harbour on DTF, $1.50 versus Charles Melton for Beef, $2.88. All the rest are in double figures. David Harbour.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's going to be quite a good showing for all involved in DTF on the day.
Supporting actress in a limited series, my girl, Linda Cardellini. Love her, $1.40 favourite. Constance Zimmer for Love Story, $3.75. And all the rest. Linda Cardellini, come on, Linda.
What else has she been in, Tony?
Oh, she's my girl all the way back from Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, right.
Scooby-Doo.
And Scooby-Doo, of course, yes.
Scooby-Doo, come on.
There's also a market at Sportsbet for outstanding short-form comedy, drama, or variety series. And these are all the weird sort of, YouTube shows. Subway Takes. Have you seen these?
What is that?
These are around the social media. They pop up. Subway takes his favourite at 191.
Didn't Abel Ferrara direct?
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Subway Stories. Isn't
Subway
it?
Stories. There we go. Daily Show. Desi Lydic. We love Desi Lydic.
Very good.
275. Colbert. Does Colbert get another Emmy just before he leaves? 450.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those other ones, who knows? Anyway, have a play on that if something takes your fancy. Speaking of taking your fancy, what does take your fancy, Professor? Let's finish up with our actions, family values. Best bets. Let it rip.
Yeah, let's jump back into the Emmys, Tony. So the leading indicator for the Emmys, so Marketing the Diary, which is the week before the Primetime Emmy Awards, we get to see the craft type awards, of which casting is a key one to look out for. So in drama, 7 of the last 10 years, the outstanding casting of drama has won 70% of the time. So last year it was the Pit that won best drama, even though Severance was the favourite to win drama. It was the Pit that won casting. Comedy, it's 8 out of 10, and limited series, this is the key one, 9 out of 10. So limited series odds wise, as you've highlighted there, Tony, it's pretty close between Beef and DTF St. Louis. But DTF is a close watch there. I think it's a pretty big price there at $1.83. So that's to watch out for. But I've got 3 best bets for Emmys. So beginning with comedy supporting actor, Paul Downs, 6-1, a Hacks. Kerry Russell, going to return to the wealth with Kerry Russell. Now, Kerry Russell, I backed positively at 10-1 odds a few months ago to win the Screen Actor Guild Award. She got over the top of Rhea Seehorn, and I'm backing Kerry to do it again. So Russell is 0 from 4 from Emmys nominations. So she's also got the narrative here, as well as Rhea Seehorn, who was 0 from 3 for the Emmys. So backing an upset there for the Netflix series, The Diplomat. And then we've got Carey Mulligan at $2.50 for limited series actress. And with a medium-high conviction, I think it's going to be a very positive showing for DTF St. Louis to win limited series. That's a pretty generous odds of $1.83. And for the Oscars, just 2 bets at this stage of the season, Tony. Best Picture, La Bola Negra. I think this film, by the end of the year, will go into second favoritism across most bookies. It's at pretty big odds at the moment of 15-1. And then Mr. Tom Cruise at $4.33. I think that's a very juicy price for the veteran actor to finally get there on the stage in March 2027.
Yeah, I going back to the Emmys, I like the look of Carey Mulligan for lead in a limited series at $2.50 for her performance in Beef over Sarah Snook, who's currently the favourite. I think there's some value there. With the Oscars, all I've got, and I think it's worth considering, is Project Hail Mary at 10 for picture. I think that's pretty worthwhile. One question I've got is for best director, and at the moment, at least on Sportsbet, we've got Christopher Nolan at $1.30 for director. So I mean, yeah, that's real short. But do you think that he will become a bit longer at some point during award season, or will this be the best we can hope for?
No, I reckon he'll break 2 at some point.
He'll break 2, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nolan doesn't have the narrative this time around because he's already got one.
Well, he's got the narrative is this is the film that it's broken all these box office records, that it's the first film shot entirely in IMAX. And for many people, this is a far superior film. I mean, the Odyssey is a far superior film to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I think it gets a little bit longer. It'd be a stay away for me. I just don't know if they're going to go again with Nolan.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I've got Oscars only best bets here. I like, funnily enough, all the nomination markets. So for the picture nomination markets, Social Reckoning, $4.50 at Tab. It may not be reaching the heights of Social Network, but if Trial of Chicago 7 is getting nominated for Best Picture, then I think this surely is. Being Human for a picture nomination, $3.25 at Tab. Maybe just a watch at this stage. Wait for its Toronto premiere next month. Another watch for a picture nomination is Josephine. This is $6 at Tab. This won the Grand Jury Prize and the Audience Award at Sundance this year. It's showing at Toronto. I think this could be a bit of a sleeper also. So just a watch on Josephine. That could be like...
Do you know what that one's about?
I do. It's about a couple whose young daughter witnesses, I think, a sexual assault or something, and it's about dealing with that. It's pretty heavy going. It's got a very strong Metacritic score at the moment, but there's only been like 7 reviews.
The reviews from Sundance.
Yeah. So once it breaks out at Toronto, I think it's worth keeping an eye on. Best Actor nomination, Andrew Scott, $1.60 at Tab. I think it's good. John Turturro is still paying $6 at Tab for an actor nomination. Bit of a long shot, Turturro, but maybe his career gets him in for a nom. Actress nomination, Ruth Madley, $3.50 at Tab. Sandra Hüller, $1.65 at Tab. I think it's good because you've got 2 chances essentially. And Arrivo, $3.50 at Tab for an actress nomination. Odyssey, over 2 acting nominations, $2.15 at Sportsbet is
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And then here are some anti-max plays. Project Hail Mary, no Best Picture nomination, paying $5 at Sportsbet. Now, I think it's worth a small conviction. I wouldn't go nuts, but
at 50. Yeah, at 50.
And Project Hail Mary, under 7.5 total nominations at $1.65. I think that's pretty good too. And that is all. Well, thank you for listening. Welcome back. Thank you, Professor.
Great to be back. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Max.
Many thanks, Tony.
Right, we're at lightscamera.what'stheaction.com, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube at LCWT Action. So the Emmys are in about, 6 weeks. So hopefully we'll be back for one more taste before then. Hopefully some more bookies jump in. So stay tuned for that. And remember, it's a thrill to be nominated, but it's even better to be compensated.